Searching for the road to the way back. We don't know our father's going way back. Do you know it? Do you know it? Oh yeah, oh yeah, 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 yeah. We the chosen people, you say no way. Your enemies been teaching you the wrong way. Do you know it? Do you know it? Oh yeah, 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 yeah. It's the simple things in life, like learning all again. It's the simple things in life, like finding where it all began. Do you know your history? Yeah. Do you know it? Do you know it? Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Do you know your history? Yeah. Do you know it? Do you know it? Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Do you know it? Tell me, do you know it? Do you know it? Tell me, do you know it? Do you know it? Tell me, do you know it? Do you know it? Tell me, do you know it? Do you know it? Tell me, do you know it? Do you know it? Tell me, do you know it? Do you know it? Tell me, do you know it? Do you know it? Tell me, do you know it? History. Now we going back. He done on my back for sure. When I let the truth go, we gon' let them know. My people on my back for sure. I hold them down.
Shalom, Israel. Shalom, shalom. We are back. Welcome back to the exciting episode. I'm excited. We're about to dive in.
Yeah.
You are now tuned into
Our Hidden History radio show.
We're back, man. We're about to jump into the Dark Ages Magnified, man. I told y'all we're going to jump into it.
That's right.
But I got to just ease into it a little bit. So just bear with me a minute. I got to lay some ground, some foundation a little bit before we start diving into it. Going to my library the other day, man, I found some books. I said, damn, I know this is in here. So I'm like, I'm buying books for no reason. The books I'm buying, I already got books that say what I want to say.
Yeah.
So
some of the books we already have.
Yeah,
you just got to read more into them.
Yeah, man. I'm wasting like crazy money buying a bunch of books. And I'm like, this book already says, this book already says. But I mean, it's fine. The cross references, the kind of, you're on a scholarly level. When you have a book that another author cites from and you have it already, you're like, oh, I got this book. And you can put them together and cross-reference. That's, that your library has pretty much increased. And it's, that's when you want some, what is the word? Esoteric. You have esoteric, status at that point.
Can we look that up real quick?
Let's look up esoteric real quick. That's not a Negro word, esoteric. It's not a Negro word at all. It's something Negroes say commonly in conversation. You've reached an esoteric level.
Esoteric. Intended for or likely to be understood by only a small number of people with a specialized knowledge or interest.
That is exactly what we have. For those of you who are on the show, you are reaching a level of esotericism. You are esoteric. You know what very few people know. You have a knowledge of it, like us being rulers of the Dark Ages.
Right.
That's not something that's known. It's not us ruling, us having power over the old world and new world for over 1,000 years. That's not something that's known. Now, men like Elon Musk, men like Jeff Bezos, these guys are raised and groomed to be on a scholastic level. Their parents make sure that they have a very, very high level of intellect and intellectualism. Black folks tend to let their children learn from television. Right. I was not raised to be esoteric. That came upon me over time. I always had a knack or love for history. And it was not until the truth came about that I ended up that knowledge began to increase. The Spirit of the Lord made it where I was able to kind of retain things. I have a spirit of retention, and so I was able to retain things. If I like it, I'm gonna remember it. So that's a gift the Lord gave me years ago. All praises to the Most High for that. But let's just jump into it, man. I don't want to waste no time. I know y'all are excited. I had mad questions last week, so I might answer fewer questions this episode because I want to kind of get through this so I can start diving into the Dark Ages and start opening the vault. Some of y'all got excited about Putin opening the vault. We got a vault too.
That's right.
We got a bigger vault. All right. So let's just jump into it. Give me Isaiah 11:11. Let's just jump into it. I was watching a video with Captain Gedaliah. He was on a podcast, a brother called The Saint, on YouTube. Marquette, the guy's name is Marquette, and Captain Gedaliah did a fantastic job. Shouts to him. Shouts to Mississippi. Shouts to Raleigh, in North Carolina, and he was doing an excellent job going into who we are, what we're about. And as soon as he started going into, what we're about, the brothers, you're a very intellectual brother, man. You're very smart, very articulate, which is a rarity. You're a former athlete, so how many women you have? And Captain Gedaliah was like, I have one. He was like, oh, man, that's a shame.
Dang.
And, from there, it just downward spiraled into a polygamy argument.
Damn.
It just turned into a whole argument about polygamy. It just got ridiculous. It's 3 hours long. I could sit through at most 2 hours of it. I started getting aggravated because they started to attack him about the polygamy thing. It got ridiculous, man. But I say all that to say this is that the reason why the Lord told the children of Israel, well, the disciples and apostles in them, Paul, who was the chosen vessel of the Lord, to teach about having one wife, is because the Bible, as Deacon Abiel eloquently stated in a video I saw of him, he said the Bible is an international book. It's a global book. The children of Israel are an omnipresent people. We are an international people. And the Messiah commissioned us with the mission to travel as best as we can throughout the remote parts of the earth, 4 corners of the earth, and teach our people. That is the mission. Matthew 28, verse 19 and 20, Deuteronomy 4:27, Isaiah 11:11. Our people are found and scattered all over the world. And that's the mission that the Lord ordained us to go out there and teach them. Many of the apostles and the disciples were commissioned to go out to these foreign lands, close or far, known and unknown. And they built sanctuaries and churches in these areas, and many of them were martyred in these foreign lands. That is the mission the Lord gave us. Many of you Negroes are more focused on the moisture of vagina than the mission of God. God is focused on mission, not moisture. That's why the Lord said, let's have one for now. There's no time for that. The mission is to go out and reach your people. There is a divine quota that we must reach. 144,000 and a third is the mission, is the divine quota that the Lord commissioned his prophets and apostles to reach. And y'all Negroes want to mess around and delve into vagina rather than delve into the mission. And that's why I'm seeing a lot of videos of these brothers, wives coming forward and quote unquote exposing them and and airing them out, their personal business, their bedroom business, or whatever the case may be. Because y'all Negroes thinking that these women in America are in their right mind. These women that are Israelite women, they don't belong to us right now. I'm just gonna tell you straight and down. They're not wives now. They're weapons. The white man gave the black woman power beyond her imagination. The same power that Eve received in the garden, the black woman has now received that power. So y'all trying to have all these multiple women or whatever. It's not going to work. It's just not going to work. Failure after failure after failure. But that's just I'm gonna go. I'm a side. That was a sidebar. That's a sidebar. Just gonna put that out there. We about the Lord's mission, not about moisture. Y'all can have fun with all of that. These women out here is gonna rape your pockets and take your black stupid ass to child support, and you're just gonna be living under a bridge, eating crackers and eating Ritz crackers and chicken noodle soup for the rest of your natural born life because you want to have 3 hoes.
4 or 5
that's
jobs.
not in their right mind. I'm gonna tell you right now what polygamy is. Polygamy is usually allowable by the 3 P. I call it the 4 Ps. 3 Ps. 3 Ps. Big pockets, women allow it. Big penis, women allow it, but they're broke. But they can use the rod really well. So they'll let it slide. Big pockets, packing, and no papa, no daddy at home, no father at all. And then the last one, the 4th P, which is a minor, is practice. Because you have other cultures out there where polygamy is a practice, but not based upon Western civilization. Like Africa, Asia, where it's a practice. That's the exception to the rule. But you trying to force Americanized black and brown women who've been given unlimited power by the devil himself, the so-called white man, the European powers that be, to make her fall in line under you. You out of your mind, bro. Y'all out of your mind. Anyway, Isaiah 11:11. Let's go back to the point. I'm sorry, there's a sidebar for that. But that video upset me because of all the thirsty broke niggas that keep on trying to push this polygamy stuff. So let's go on. Isaiah 11:11.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 11 and verse 11. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people.
So the Lord shall recover the remnant of his people who are scattered all abroad the second time. The first time was Egypt as a whole. The second time he's going to gather us from abroad. Go ahead.
Which shall be left from Assyria.
Assyria will be Kurdistan, or in between Syria, Iraq, Iran, and Turkey. Afro-Turks, Afro-Turks, Afro-Iraqis, Afro-Syrians, and who I mentioned? Who else I lifted? Afro-Iraqis, Afro-Iranians, Afro-Turks. Them. Go ahead.
And from Egypt.
Egypt. Go ahead.
And from Pathros.
Now, Egypt, they have this, right? Even in Egypt right now, they have a secret slave trade or slave trafficking going on right now of our brothers and sisters being sold off, okay, in Egypt now, even to this day. All right, Egypt, go ahead.
And from Pathros.
Pathros would be your Sudan. South Sudan These are the bulk of the slaves are shipped from as well. South Sudan are Semitic Sudanese, not Nilotic Sudanese, Semitic Sudanese. For you stupid ass niggas that don't read or do history books and think that all Israel's in America with your dumb ass. I'm gonna have fun with y'all today. Lots of fun. With you and your stupid niggerdom. So, that word nigger gonna be found commonly in my classes, by the way. I'm gonna use it like that word is part of my soul. I'm gonna tell you stripping down. I'm gonna use it. So, if you're mad, just turn the show off, watch something else, watch something friendly and happy like Barney or something.
This is war.
Anyway, so Sudan, that's the Semitic Sudanese. Go ahead.
And from Cush.
Cush is Ethiopia. The Semitic Ethiopians, who they refer to as Beta Israel, or the derogatory term for them is called Falashas, which they don't like. All right, read on.
And from Elam.
Elam is the Sidis, Dalits. Those are people as well. Sidis and Dalits. We have a congregation out there, or Persia and Elam. Or Afro. Go ahead.
And from Shinar.
Shinar is Afro-Iraqis, our people in Iraq. Okay, read on.
And from Hamath.
Hamath is Afro-Syrians, our people in Syria. Go ahead.
And from the islands of the sea.
Islands of the sea is the islands of the South Sea or South Pacific, and also the Mediterranean and in the Atlantic. We're in British Isles. We're found throughout all the isles of the world. Will we reach all of our people on these places? No, we will not. But the Lord did not say not to try, though. Now, did he? He didn't say go into the four corners of Babylon. That ain't in the Bible, brokies. Now, get me Israel's Wanderings. Page 260 to 260. I had that. You posted that in the Telegram, I think. Israel's. Oh, you did. Obviously, I can.
Yeah.
Israel's Wanderings. Go to the Telegram real quick. Go to the gram. Get me Israel's Wanderings. It's pages 260 and 261. It's like dark brown pages, I believe. I forgot the book, but it is what it is. Just take that, create a folder, Israel's Wanderings, and throw those 2 pages in there so you don't lose it. This is going back to, we talked about Geta or Get back then. Matter of fact, while they're doing that, go to, if you guys can, go to, what was it? You got it? Let me see it. That's page 70 though. Page 260 and 261. Now, if you can, go back to, where was it at? Israel Redivivus. I need to go back there real quick. Go back to that real quick. Israel Redivivus, page what was it, 191? I think 191. 191, I think it is. Where it gives the list of our people, different names. Yeah, that's what I want. There we go. So, right here. Read this here.
The Scythians.
So, remember Colossians 3:11. Paul was done with the Scythians. Colossians 3:11. The Scythians is an area of Indio area, Iranian area, where our people are found. So we were under the term Scythians. And under Assyria, under Assyria, the northern kingdom were placed in the areas known as Scythia or Tartary. Okay? So northern kingdom was first referred to, fell under the category of Scythians. There were different sects of people that lived in Scythia, but our people fell under the category also as Scythians. So not all Israelites were Scythians, but the prominent sect of Scythians was our people. And of course, we become the majority all the time. So Scythians, Geta, keep that name in mind. You need you guys to remember that name. Scythians, Geta, Thracians. Now, Thracians is Japheth. Thracia, give me Genesis real quick, Genesis 10 real quick, where the word Thracia comes from. I'll show you where it comes from. Genesis 10, and read verse, hold on. I didn't prepare. Oh, Genesis 10 verse 2.
Genesis chapter 10 and verse 2. The sons of Japheth, Gomer.
Gomer will be the Cimmerians. The Cimmerians had Germany. They had France. That's Japheth. Okay, that's Gomer. All right, read on.
And Magog.
Magog is Russia. They had Russia. That's Japheth. Had Russia. Go ahead.
And Madai.
Madai is the Medes. The Medes, the Persians and the Medes. Medians, Madai. Go ahead.
And Javan.
Javan is Greece. Javan had Greece. Go ahead.
And Tubal.
Tubal, go ahead. That's around Turkey, something like that. Armenia, somewhere around that area. Europe, go ahead.
And Meshech.
Watch.
And Tyrus.
Tyrus. Tyrus is Thracia. Tyrus is Thrace. Thrace. So Thrace is named after Tyrus, a Japhetic. But the Israelites, we migrated to this area, so we fell under the category of Thracians. Right. Based upon where we lived. We took on the term Scythians. We took on the name Geta. We took on the name Thracians. And we took on the name Goths. Goths. This goes back to Geta as well. Geta and Goth are synonymous terms, which goes back to Scythians, or Skitty, or Scotty, or Scots. Okay, Goths. Go ahead. Having what?
Having thus been traced to one common origin.
Because they're all the same people here. Read on.
Or as being rather different names for the same people.
Based upon living in those areas. Come on.
There can be no reasonable doubt but that these represented the descendants of the 10 tribes.
The 10 tribes of Israel fell under these categories here. Through Assyrian displacement, Assyrian exile. Go ahead. And eventually Judah did also. Go ahead.
Who had escaped from the Assyrian captivity. It has also been seen that some of these migrated into Asia Minor.
That's where Paul's ministry and the apostles' ministry was rampant. Go ahead. And the Bible covers Asia Minor. Go ahead.
And thus joined the Greco-Israelites in their colonies there.
So these are all the same people. So a lot of them, during the time of the Greek captivity, many of them migrated into Asia Minor from these areas where Assyria placed them, and they migrated into areas of Greece and so forth, or Greco or Greeks areas like Corinth, or the Gauls like Galatia, okay, Ephesus, Philippi. That's the northern kingdom, the Galatians that Paul was dealing with. Another book we have called Banner of Israel, where it mentions the Galatians as northern kingdom, which is common. If you're scholarly, that's common sense.
And keep in mind, these names were put on us by the Greeks and the Romans.
Right.
So
right.
they put all these different type of titles on us.
Right.
Just like today, they call us Americans, Sudanese, whatever, Kenyans. So they call us these different type of names that comes from them.
This is Banner of Israel regarding Galatians. Read that, because the word Galatia derives from the term Gauls. The Gauls were also Japheth as well. And Julius Caesar eradicated them. Now remember, the Edomites and the Japhites were allied in the Roman Republic. Once Edom took over the Republic, he sought to eradicate and to destroy all Japheth entirely, so they wouldn't take back their throne. That's what Esau does. So many of them were forced into small numbers in their area and eventually got absorbed into us or whatever, or they were forced further westward into the Pacific Isles, like the Javan, like called the Java Isles, the Javanese people. That's the Pacific Islands over there. The Australian Aborigines, that's Japheth over there. Philippines and them, that's Ishmael, Elam, and Japheth, all in those areas and islands over there. The Pacific Islands, Japheth got pushed over there. Okay? So that's what ended up happening. So Julius Caesar made it his mission to eradicate the Gauls or the Japhites. Now, Israel was among them also, but that was his mission, to eradicate them during the Gallic or Gallic Wars. Now, read this here. The word Galatia derives from the term Gauls, because the Gauls migrated from that area to that area over there. Go ahead.
So, whatever intermixture of races, certain, when we remember the scattering of Israel, may be found in Britain. Whatever rifts and remnants of Israel may be found in different parts. It must be true that Britain and her colonies contain the bulk of Ephraim and the tribes of Israel, his fellows.
Tribes of Ephraim, his fellows. Come on.
So that when we hear it said that there is the Gael of the British Isles.
The Gael of the British Isles. The Gaelic race of the British Isles. Go ahead.
And also of the continent. We need not believe that this is in favor of the Teutonic theory. For the Gaelic race, which evidently came into Europe from Galilee and the adjacent lands.
Now, Gaelic and Gauls is different things, not the same. Gauls is Gaul. This is Gael. This is British, not the same. It's just Not the same people, not the same thing. Now Israel underwent the same titles. He fell under Gaul as well, moving out there with Japheth. And then he also ran to Britain. We might have over that for the past few weeks now. We fell under the term Gaelic as well, moving into those areas. Go ahead. Or those islands. Go ahead.
Contained many Shemitic people other than Hebrew. And surely the gatherer of Israel knows his chosen race from another.
Come on.
And has brought to pass that which he ordained in the past.
Come on.
That the Gaelic race,
watch this,
contains some of scattered Israel.
She says some, because not all Gaelic race was Israel. That was Japheth out there. That the remnants of Japheth that was in that area. Remember, Japheth got Europe. Britain's part of Europe. Remnants of Japheth were in Britain. But the huge bulk of us took over that thing. So that's why I say that we discovered it, because there is very, very few Japheth in those areas, especially in the British Isles. We pretty much discovered Britain, pretty much. All right? So read on.
That the Gaelic race contains some of scattered Israel is proved by St. Paul's epistle to the Galatians.
Galatians. Go ahead.
Who, it can be seen, are Israelites.
If you have understanding of the Bible, you know that the Galatians were Israelites. Go ahead.
And we know from history that these Galatians have been in the west of Europe under the name of Gauls or perhaps Cimbri.
Right, so there you go. I said it before. Gaelic or Gauls. It's two different titles, but Israel underwent the same names. They underwent the term Gauls. Now, Japheth was the Gauls, okay, because they were there originally. But then Israel moved in that area with them and took on that same title. And Julius Caesar was killing both, because they were in the way. Go ahead.
Which, after all, is one and the same thing.
No, it says West Europe under the name of Gauls, or perhaps what?
Cimbri.
Keep that word in mind. Or perhaps Cimbri. Cimbri, which after all what?
Is one and the same thing.
So Cimbri or Gauls or Gaelic race, all identified with Ephraim or northern kingdom of Israel, migrating to these areas, especially after the Assyrian exile, the Assyrian conquest and exile. All right? Now, get me Galatians real quick. This is to prove Galatians is northern kingdom. This is in case y'all, that ain't the Bible. The Galatians are heathens, because y'all are very, very misinformed. So I'm going to educate you today. Galatians 3, and we're going to read verse 22.
Their favorite chapter.
Their favorite chapter and verses. 22.
The book of Galatians, chapter 3 and verse 22. But the scripture have concluded all under sin, that the promise by faith of Jesus Christ might be given to them that believe.
Come on, 23.
But before faith came, we were kept under the law.
Before faith came, Christ arrived. We, Paul in the Galatians, he's writing to, we were kept under the law. Who was kept under the law before Christ came? Was it all nations? No. It was the Israelites. That's who Paul is writing to. He's reminding them how we, him and them, were kept under the law, as in law of sacrifice, temple law, Levitical priesthood law. Read on.
Shut up unto the faith which should afterward be revealed.
Read on.
Wherefore, the law was our schoolmaster.
These are possessive terms. Our schoolmaster. Go ahead.
To bring us unto Christ.
Us unto Christ, who were kept under the law. What the hell am I seeing? Go ahead. You can't make this up. Go ahead.
That we might be justified by faith.
Go ahead.
But after that faith is come, we are no longer under a schoolmaster.
We are no longer under a schoolmaster. Now, read on verse 26.
For ye are all the children of God.
For ye are the children of God. For we are the children of God. Who's Paul talking about? Those who were kept under the law. Go ahead.
By faith in Christ Jesus.
By faith in Christ Jesus. Now, go to Galatians 4. I'm going to just jump to the point. 4 and read verse 28.
Galatians chapter 4 and verse 28.
Come on.
Now we, brethren, as Isaac was, are the children of promise.
We, brethren, are the children of promise. Paul is telling the Galatians, we are the children of promise. Who are the children of promise? Is it all people? No, it's the Israelites. Read on.
But as then he that was born after the flesh persecuted him that was born after the spirit.
Ishmael mocked Isaac, who was the child of promise. Go ahead.
Even so it is now.
Even so it is now. Come on.
Nevertheless, what saith the scripture?
And what makes this ironic is that even so it is now too, because over there in Africa, the Arabs have us over there as slaves, secretly, under the supervision of the European Union. Right. Slave trading, sex trafficking under these Arabs. So Ishmael is persecuting us again. The slave trade of the Arabs has not stopped. It still goes on today. Nothing new. Read on.
Nevertheless, what saith the scripture? Cast out the bondwoman and her son.
What the Lord say about the Ishmael, the Arabs?
Cast out the bondwoman and her son.
Get rid of them. Why? Read on.
For the son of the bondwoman shall not be heir with the son of the free woman.
We can't sit on the same throne. The throne's for one behind only. That's the promised children's throne. Not Ishmael's throne. Not Muhammad's throne. Isaac's throne. Read on.
So then, brethren,
go ahead.
we are not the children of the bondwoman.
We're not Ishmaelites. Go ahead.
But of the free.
Of the promise. We, the Galatians, are the children of who? Of Sarah. Of Rebecca. That's who we are. That's who we be. The Israelites. So the Galatians are Israelites. And the scholars make it clear that's Northern Kingdom. That's a fact.
Right. That's right.
A fact. Take it how you want it. Galatia is in Turkey, by the way. Now, where we at? Get me our descent. Let's jump. No, I'm sorry. Israel's wanderings. I'm sorry. Israel's wanderings. Let's go there. Page 260 to 261. Let's just get on it. I'm excited too. Let's go. Page 260.
Got it.
I don't think it got it. 260.
Yeah.
186.
That's the highest that this book goes.
Oh boy, probably because of the where's the pages at? You sent the pages on the gram.
Yeah, they're on that's page 70, isn't it?
Is it? I thought it was 260 something. Did I write the wrong pages down?
Check the telegram.
Maybe I wrote the wrong pages down. My fault. I know it's Israel's Wanderings and it's 2 pages you sent, particularly for. It might be 7. It might be wrong. I put 260 by accident then. Try the 70s. I might have that page already, by the way. I'll say I posted before. Maybe I was wrong in posting the wrong pages. That's on me. IT, y'all good, man. Y'all good. Y'all good money.
Think we can still blame them, though.
Oh,
Yeah, Manny's back.
Yeah,
Manny's back.
Yeah.
Okay, you still blame him regardless. Manny, I blame you for me forgetting.
Yeah.
All right, where we at? What page we at?
He just had something up there.
Let me see. Is that it? 70? Is that the one? Yeah, that's it. That's the one. Remember I told y'all, remember Getter, the last book, Israel Revivus. Read that.
Here, he met with a stubborn resistance.
No, matter of fact, go up. Go up. Start from accordingly.
Accordingly.
Because you guys are going, I want you guys to remember, whoa, y'all guys, come on, y'all. I'm seeing things on the screen, and I'm hearing music. I don't want to say that's on the screen. I'm going to be quiet. But
we back to that again?
We back that again. Anyway, yeah, it's always my eyes that are poisoned by what I see. Anyway, Bulgaria. I want you guys to stay focused on the term Bulgaria. I got a book for y'all. I got a book for y'all, man, regarding Bulgaria. Regarding Bulgaria. Opening the vaults, but not yet. I'm just giving y'all a bit of a prelude. Just stay tuned with it. Stay tuned with us. Read that here he met, so Bulgaria. Read that.
Accordingly, he crossed the Bosphorus, where Constantinople now stands.
Constantinople is Turkey, named after Constantine. Okay, Constantinople is named after Constantine. It's Turkey. Go ahead.
And after advancing northwards through Thrace, descended through the passes of the Balkans into the plains of Bulgaria.
Come on, here we go.
Here, he met with a stubborn resistance from the first portion of the Scythic race.
Scythic race is the Scythic or Scythian race. Right. Same thing, same terminology. Scythic, same thing. Read on.
Who had gradually occupied the whole district between the Danube and the Balkans.
The Danube and the Balkans. So the Northern Kingdom, is it Danube or Danube?
Danube.
Danube. My fault, sir.
Oh,
I don't know.
Okay, that's
It's
all right.
Danube.
That's all right. Danube, right? Okay, I'm sorry. I thought I might be wrong. So the northern kingdom took this territory. Remember, Ephraim, our people are formidable, whether together or exiled or apart. We are a problem, man. A problem. The Spartans, problem. Carthaginians, problem. David, problem. We are a formidable, fierce, powerful people, even at our lowest. Even now, as Tyson, athletes, we are a problem.
Hey, Deke, I want to land back after you finish, though. After
Yeah.
you finish.
So here it says that we pretty much occupied the whole district between Danube and the Balkans. Go ahead, read on.
These had come to be known as Gittae.
Getae. Remember I said before, told you earlier, Scythians, Geta, and Goths. Goths and Geta are synonymous. So Scythi or Scythic, and Geti are the same. Getai or Get are the same. But keep that name in mind. Getai or Get is the same word. Read on.
I.e., Skuthai, the first letter being lost.
So the word Getai, it drops the G. So it's really Sketai or Scythian. So it's Getai with an S, with the S is dropped. So rather than saying Scythian, it's Scythian or Getai. Read on.
Obstinately defending themselves, they were forthwith enslaved.
Yep, there we go.
Notwithstanding that they are the noblest as well as the most just of all the Thracian tribes.
Because not all the people in that area was Israelites. There were other nations there, like Edom, Thracian tribe. We were the most noble and the most just of the Scythian groups or subdivisions. Read on.
Herodotus describes them in language with points to their having been not only Israelites, but Israelites who preserved the true religion.
So this group of Scythians were keeping the commandments of God.
That's right.
I say you know that now. So this group of Scythians was Israelites. Read on.
And had separated themselves from their idolatrous brethren on the north of the Danube.
And you had the pagan Israelites, Scythians. That was like the hell with God, the hell with the Bible. So there were different divisions. We say to ourselves. Read on.
They believe, says the historian, in their immortality and that there is no other God but their own.
Keep that in mind. They believe in their immortality. I need you guys to keep that in mind because that mentality was in us for centuries. We knew we never die. We always knew we'd die and come back. We always knew. There's a scene, it's a comedy, but it's a horror at the same time. It's Chucky. When Chucky was like, go ahead, kill me. I'll come back. I always come back. He said, the dying is such a bitch. They just shot him in the heart. He's like, ah. But the point is that was the mentality that we had. We got killed bad too, but we knew we'll come back regardless. Okay? But I'm not going to use the word today. But right now we use the word here, immortality. But another word is used also. So that's all I want. Is there more?
You want me to keep reading that?
No. This the go down to right here. Darius having difficulty right here.
Hey, D, that's why the scripture says God has not given us the spirit of fear.
Right. Yep.
We as people have nothing to fear.
Yep. Because we knew that was just the beginning of something else. Darius.
Darius, having with difficulty subdued the Gittae, crossed the Danube into Scythia.
So Darius, I believe, is probably the Mede or Persian, one or the other. He conquered northern kingdom pretty much and subdued us. Because, we're not in our full strength. We're exiles. All right, that's all I want. What else we got? Wait. Go back. Wait. The reply. The reply of Edonthresis, the Scythic leader, has the true. Wow. Okay, that's good. Not anymore. Is there more on this? Yakin, or is there more?
That's what I found.
That's
quickly,
it.
Yeah.
That's all we good. That's good.
It's a scripture, 2 Maccabees 4:47, about us, the Scythians, being judging the right thing.
Let's get that.
Innocent, 2 Maccabees 4:47.
Let's get it. You mentioned that before, and I forgot about it.
Judging righteously.
Let's read
the
it.
Scythians.
Okay, let's get it.
Yeah. To go with how we were noble.
Yeah, you mentioned that before.
Yeah.
I forgot about that scripture you found with the Scythians in it. That's bad. Was it that?
Maccabees 4:47.
I go Colossians 11. Scythians 4 what?
47.
I'm getting my notes, man.
That's it, right?
Yep.
2 Maccabees 4 what?
4:47.
Okay, read that.
2 Maccabees chapter 4 and verse 47. And so much that he discharged Menelaus from the accusation.
Menelaus is a demon. Menelaus is the freaking worst. Menelaus. He's like a coon. Go ahead.
Who, notwithstanding, was cause of all the mischief.
Yep, of our mischief. Go ahead.
And those poor men who, if they had told their cause, yea, before the Scythians, should have been judged innocent, them he condemned to death.
Yeah, the Scythians to judge matters. Yeah, that's good. Yep.
They were noble.
They were noble. Yeah.
The commandments.
Yeah, that's good. So, write that down, y'all. Let's go with Colossians 3:11. All right? Let's go with Colossians 3:11. Now, that's some good stuff there. Good stuff. What we got here? What you guys show me? I keep seeing this before. Josephus Antiquities, what that say?
Nah, that was the land back off of what
You
what I
were
was
saying
saying earlier.
something also. You were saying something also. Go ahead, Jeff.
Yeah, nah, so read that real quick.
In Josephus's Jewish Antiquities, he notes that the Greeks often changed or modified the names of nations and peoples when they came into contact with them, especially as their own power grew.
Yep.
Right. Yeah, so when I was explaining earlier how Scythian, Thracian, Gittae, all these names come from Esau.
Yep.
So they was always in the habit of changing our names. You know,
names in general.
in general, yes.
Lands, nations, that's what you do.
Right. So read on.
For example, the Greeks changed
Thracian.
Thracians.
Terracians.
Terracians.
That's terrorists. Genesis 10. Terracians into what?
To Thracians.
Uh-huh.
They also altered names like
Ashanaxians.
Ashanaxians to
Reginians.
Reginians, Riphians to Paphlagians, and Thrugramians.
To Phrygians. But
Yes.
that's it. But the point is that they always change the names. All right? So now, like I said, we're called Americans, Kenyans. Remember, Esau, wherever they see us at, they're gonna put different names on us.
Keep reading about them. Watch this. Keep reading about them.
The Greeks also changed the name Elysians to Aeolians.
Now, who's the Legions? Genesis 10 again. I'm going to show you. Genesis 10. Just to give you an example. Genesis 10. And, hold on. Verse 4. Read verse 3. Go back to that again. Go up. Right here. Stop there. Read, for example, the Greeks changed.
For example, the Greeks changed Terracians to Thracians.
Stop there. Genesis 10 2.
Genesis chapter 10 and verse 2. The sons of Japheth, Gomer, and Magog,
Gomer's like parts of France and Germany. Magog is Russia. Go ahead.
and Madai,
Madai is Upper Iran. Medes. Go ahead.
and Javan,
Greece.
and Tubal,
Come on.
and Meshech,
Come on.
and Tiras.
Tiras is the Terracians here. Terracians. Watch. Read the paragraph again. Read the paragraph now. They also.
They also. I'm sorry.
They also alter names.
Yes.
Sir. They also altered names like
Ashanaxians too.
to Reginians.
To Reginians. Read on.
Riphians to Paphlagians.
Riphians to Paphlagians. What? Now read Genesis chapter 10 verse 3.
Genesis 10 verse 3. And the sons of Gomer, Ashkenaz,
Germany.
and Riphath,
Riphath is Riphians. Riphath is Riphians. Read on.
and Togarmah,
Togarmah. Read the paragraph again.
And Thrugramians to Phrygians.
Phrygia. Go ahead. Watch this.
The Greeks also changed the name
Elysians
to Aeolians.
Now read Genesis 10 and verse 4.
and the sons of Javan,
The sons of Javan of Greece. Watch.
Elisha.
Elisha is the Elysians.
Damn.
Esau pretty much erased Japheth out of existence.
Right.
That's what he did. He erased them. Another place is called Rhodes today. Rhodes, that's Dodonim. When you read Genesis 10 and verse 4. Read verse 4 again.
And the sons of Javan, Elisha,
Elysians, go ahead.
and Tarshish,
That's Spain,
Kittim,
Italy.
and Dodanim.
Dodonim is Rhodes today. Rhodes, Rhode. That's Dodonim. Esau just changed. He said, listen, now we took over Japheth's land, we're going to just erase them out of existence and call them Minoans. They're Minoans. They're Etruscans. Minoans are Minoans some nonsense. Minoans some guy made it up. Arthur Evans. Arthur Evans is the guy that pretty much whitewashed and changed or removed Japheth out of existence. Then we moved into these areas as Israelites, and we took on these names and titles as well. Thracians and Aeolians, that we moved into those areas also. But that was Japheth there first. Esau conquered, intermingled with Japheth, sided with them like Herod did with us, married into them, took over, then pushed them out the land. Same thing they did with us. Same exact thing. It's what Esau does. Get Psalms 49.
Wouldn't Ashkenazians be Ashkenaz?
Yeah, I think it is. Ashkenazians would be Ashkenaz, yes. Ashkenazians would be Ashkenaz, yes. That's just sound like. It could be wrong. It's just sound like. We'll look it up and see. I don't want to say it and be wrong. But let's say Psalms 49.
Yeah, no.
11.
Yeah, Psalm 49, 11.
Watch this.
Psalm chapter 49 and verse 11.
Why do Edomites do this? Watch. It's going to say it here.
Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever.
We're going to conquer these people and name them after what we believe their names should be because we're going to rule forever. Right. America, Colombia, Nigeria, Australia. It's what they do. It's what they do. Read on.
And their dwelling places to
Africa. How about I forget that? Africa. Go ahead.
To all generations.
Go ahead.
They call their lands after their own names.
After their own names or after names they made up. That's what the wicked do. Read on.
Verse 12. Nevertheless, man being in honor abideth not. He is like a beast that perish.
They don't live forever. They die. They change things around and they die and leave confusion behind them. Next verse.
This, their way, is their folly.
This is their folly, their wickedness. Go ahead.
Yet their posterity approve their sayings.
But their descendants, they do it too. Right. They prove their sayings that they do these things. Change lands and names and people to something else. It's what they do.
Yeah. This is even happening right now. Remember, as soon as Trump swore an oath in the office, he said, look, we're going to name the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America
Yep. Same thing. Yep. Same thing. So now, what we got here? Oh, damn, you're right. There you go.
Yep.
The etymology of Ashkenazians is Ashkenazians. Comes from the name Ashken. Oh, man,
These
bro.
dudes, man.
You can't make you listen. I didn't even know this. We just shot in the dark and we figured it out. Esau changed. He erased Japheth from existence. Oh, there's no Japheth there. Oh no, that's myth. They're Minoans after a god Minos. No. That's Japheth. Damn. That's crazy, bro. All right, where we at? Let's go on, man. Let's go on. This is crazy. Where we at? I want to get through this.
Go ahead.
What you had, Judge? Just something? Go ahead.
Hey, bring those page. I posted last week to y'all. The brown pages, the older looking pages. Start at go to 53. We're gonna have to jump around. I don't want to take away from the show.
Yeah, it's all right.
53. It's on the Telegram, so it shouldn't be no issue. Just to land back off of what Deacon was going in about the Scythians and how they were noble and how they were still keeping the laws and so forth, and also the fighting qualities of the Scythians.
Yep.
So read that. Go down to the last paragraph. That the Ephraimites.
That's what I said earlier. That the Scythians, the Israelite Scythians were the most prominent because we were the most fierce.
Read that.
That the Ephraimites were now demonstrating by deed their determination to keep the faith is shown in the manner in which other nations were impressed by the outstanding personality of their character. Mm-hmm. Wherever they went, they left imperishable marks of their democratic influence. The people of Greece were enriched by contact. It is stated on good authority that the academic culture of Greece had its best foundation from the Scythian Israelites.
Wow, man. Wow.
So we brought culture to Greece.
Yeah.
We brought civilization to Greece.
Greek philosophy is Moses in Greek.
Right.
Greek philosophy is Moses in Greek. Go ahead, read on. That's what I'm saying.
That the Grecian classics are mainly Mosaic philosophies.
Mosaic philosophies. Plato, Socrates, who else? Aristotle, who was black, by the way.
Yeah.
Jake, by the way.
We showed
but,
that.
Yeah, we showed that years ago. He was Jake. Yep. But a lot of them mentored these Greek kings and rulers. They were the educators. Alexander was mentored by Jake.
Plato.
Plato.
I think it was Plato.
Mm-hmm. So there you go. Is there more? That's it?
No, go ahead. We got like 2 pages. Go ahead.
This we can well believe when we realize that it is to the Greek scholars we owe most for the preservation of the records of Jesus and his disciples, which gave to us the New Testament, first written in Greek.
Read on.
Herodotus informs us that those Scythians who lived nearest to the Getae,
They go to the word Getae again.
Yep.
But
Greece.
But they said it's come from Greece. The word comes from Greece. Getae, Greece. Go ahead.
were confident that their God was the true God and that there was an immortality beyond the grave.
Saying the same thing as the last book.
So these Getae, remember, it was earlier Ephraimites, this northern kingdom. These Getae are northern kingdom. Keep this in mind. These Getae are northern kingdom. Watch, read on.
Moreover, they were the noblest and most just of all the peoples occupying the Thracian
That's in the
peninsula.
last book you read earlier. That's crazy. Go ahead.
Herodotus goes on to say that the Scythians generally were an exception to the unpolished character of the surrounding nations.
Heathen Scythians and pagan Israelite Scythians. Go ahead.
To further quote him, he writes, they have, in one respect, and that the very most important of all that fall under man's control, shown themselves wiser than any other nation.
Wow. Get Deuteronomy 4. Deuteronomy 4, man. This is Bible. That's why we tell you, when we're going to teach history, we're going to go into this Bible. The Bible is the foundation of all the historical lessons that we touch on. God built the Bible. The Bible must be your foundation or it falls into sand.
Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my God commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations.
Come on, which shall what?
Which shall hear of all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. For what nation is there so great, who have God so nigh unto them, as the Lord our God is in all things that we call upon him
That's
for.
what Herodotus just said.
Yep.
These are the wisest guys in Thrace, the wisest guys in Greece. Of all the heathens, Japheth and Edom that are among them, Elam that are among them. Go ahead.
And what nation is there so great that have statutes and judgments so righteous as all this law, which I set before you this
We
day?
leave behind an impression wherever we go. Is there more?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Possessing no houses but wagons, and carrying these about wherever they go. How can they fail of being unconquerable and even unassailable?
Right. So they say we were nomads. Now go to the next page. I want to jump and go to now read their warrior qualifications.
Their warrior qualifications have already been related authoritatively. Their fame
No.
as
Wait. No. You got to go up.
Oh, you want to read more?
Go to
I
Herodotus
was trying
among
to get to
others.
the point, but all right.
Nah, we're going to start, all right? Go to one cannot help but. Start there.
one cannot help but be impressed by the reasonable facts as presented by the two independent witnesses.
I'm going here because there's a doctrine of something called the British Israelism. Where the British Israelism doctrine says the same thing, that the Scythians migrated into Britain, and a lot of the British rulers and kings and queens were Israelites by descent based upon Scythian migration. No, that's a lie. That's British Israelism. No, because the sources here predate British Israelism thousands of years before. So you ain't gonna run that game today or ever. For you apologists who are watching covertly, secretly, learning, taking notes, being dumb. Continue, Josephus.
Josephus and Herodotus, among others, who agreed that the migration from captivity was identical in its starting point.
Come on.
Identical in its destination.
Come on.
Identical in its date.
Come on.
And identifying the same characteristics.
Watch.
And each knowing that the Scythians
Were
the same 10 tribes of Israel.
Boom. Go ahead, Northern Kingdom. Go ahead.
Formerly taken captive under Shalmaneser.
Placed in those areas during Assyrian conquest and exile. Said this earlier a few hours ago. Go ahead. Minutes ago, whatever. Go ahead.
Consequently, all objection to their survival as a distinct race from all others is removed.
Oh, they removed it. Go ahead.
Their warrior qualifications have already been related authoritatively. Their fame, as such, spread all over the then known world, striking terror into the hearts of their adversaries and all who sought to bar their path. Their power was so great it became legendary.
So they were fighting machines, man. Go ahead.
There are many who believe that the heroic, legendary Grecian exploits are but recitals of this warrior people.
Wow.
So all of those legends from the Homer,
like Achilles,
Greek,
all
yeah.
that, they call the
Iliad
Iliad.
and all
The
that,
Iliad.
yeah.
That's all based upon our exploits and our warrior exploits. A lot of these Greek warriors and like heroes like Achilles, a lot of them is Northern Kingdom.
Right.
A lot of it, the Battle of Troy, all that stuff is like mythical, legend and fact merged together, going back to our exploits in that area at the time. That was us. We were the gods the nations worship. We are the gods the nations worship.
That's right.
That zodiac stuff, the Gemini, that's all the 12 tribes there. But the heathens took it and deified us and made us gods and went to Satan worship. But a lot of the gods that the nations worship was us. We were the gods, we were the guys. That's right. Psalms 82.
I like what
And it'll be that again. Yeah.
what it says at the end of that paragraph.
Oh, we don't.
Like happy children, they rejoiced in the freedom of their great strength.
Damn.
Charging into battle with laughing taunts, causing them to be known as laughing warriors and laughing giants.
Read on.
What better names could befit them?
Watch.
For they are known as the sons of Isaac.
Sons of Isaac is the Anglo-Saxons. Anglo-Saxons, sons of Isaac. Go ahead.
In whose name they were blessed.
And
And the name Isaac means laughter.
Dang. That's what they were, the house of Isaac. Read what you got. What have you get?
Psalms 82.
Psalms 82.
Psalms 82, verse 6.
Psalms chapter 82 and verse 6.
Now give me Micah also regarding the house of Isaac, being sons of Isaac, being the Bible, Anglo-Saxon in the Bible.
Yes. I have said, ye are gods.
I have said ye are gods. I have said ye are gods. Go ahead.
And all of you are children of the Most High.
And so when you're a God and you're a children of the Most High, you break bone. You destroy nations and you gain wisdom beyond comprehension that impresses all nations, even when you're in exile. You're impressive.
Dang.
Now, give me Micah 7. Why Ephraim being called the house of Isaac or sons of Isaac?
Amos 7.
Amos 7.
Amos, I said Micah. Amos, yes, thank you.
Amos chapter 7 and verse 16.
You know what I mean. Amos 7.
Now therefore, hear thou the word of the Lord. Thou sayest, prophesy not against Israel, and drop not thy word against the house of Isaac.
Against who?
The house of Isaac.
Isaac goes back to Scythians. Scythians, Geta.
Right.
Okay, or Scythians. Isaac, Saxons. Saxons is Isaac. All right, house of Isaac. Israel, Northern Kingdom, or house of Isaac. Northern Kingdom. Now.
A brother in the comments said, I'm about to switch tribes and become Ephraim because Northern Kingdom always whipping somebody's ass.
Damn, man. It is what it is. Now. Get me. I'm going to go to. We got 5 minutes left, right? 5 minutes left?
Yes, sir.
Give me Our Descent, man. I got to pull this book. I got to pull this page from this book real quick, man. I've been itching to pull this book.
Hey, can we get Joe 522
You get Joe 522. Let's get that.
as far as our laughter?
Okay.
The book of Job, chapter 5 and verse 22. At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh.
Damn.
Neither shalt thou be afraid of the beast of the earth. For thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field, and the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee.
That's when we get our power back, when we start ruling again. We're going to be a problem.
Gonna be back those
laughing
laughing
again.
giants.
Laughing
Laughing
Giants
warriors.
again. Laughing Giants. Give me that Maccabees about the giant. And Maccabees, he called the giant too. Laughing Giant. That's in Maccabees. Because Judas is called the giant.
Oh, yeah.
Maccabees 3.
Yeah, First Maccabees 3. They called Judas the giant. He was breaking bone too. I'm telling you. First Maccabees 3 and verse 2 and 3.
First Maccabees chapter 3 and verse 2. And all his brethren helped him, and so did all they that held with his
The
father.
Hasmonean family. Come on, Levites. Come on.
And they fought with cheerfulness the battle of Israel.
That's laughter.
Yep.
Read on. Watch.
So he got his people great honor.
And
put on a breastplate.
As what?
As a giant.
As a what?
As a giant.
As a giant. Read on.
And girt his warlike harness about him.
Go ahead.
And he made battle, protecting the host with his sword.
Verse 4.
And his axe, he was like a lion. And like a lion's whelp roaring for his prey.
He was murdered. He was ripping nations apart like a lion, man. Listen, bro.
Hey, Deke, that mean
Yo.
Levi got to give shout out to Judah on this feast as well, because he said he was like a lion.
That's right, man. You got you all.
Why his dad named him Judah?
It's all right, man. They ain't gonna do it though, man. Lava gonna
No,
be
they
mad.
ain't gonna do it.
Lava gonna be mad. It's all right. We're gonna take a quick break, man. We're gonna chill out. We take a break. We're gonna come back with the book because I came with to use this book. I don't want to rush for breaks, so I'm gonna chill. Y'all stay tuned with us. Zoom call in, or you can text us at 267-702-6121. That's 267-702-6121. All right, if you got questions regarding the topic, but we going in. This is the Dark Ages Magnified. We going in. We went over this before, but we're going into it even more. We got more understanding, more books, more information, more scriptures now. So just stay tuned. You don't want to miss this, all right? So we'll be right back.
So shut up. A brother just passed and say we cursing. All the officers said on the mic was balls. Black man, get your balls back. And we out there to cast on the lies in Tobago.
There's gonna come captains, and Lord willing, even deacons out of the Caribbean. We talk about homegrown, all right, but they just need the spirit, they just need the guidance, and they're gonna take it from there, believe me.
We had camp on the streets. We had radio show, captain of the radio show. On fire today, break down Trinidad today and give the people them the understanding.
So we out here passing out flyers. What's going on, my brethren? And just like that, our people, and I thought rosters was supposed to be about love, man. One love, right? But they hate us. A Rasta brothers say we are black supremacists. That is a white ideology. The brothers and sisters here in Trinidad and Tobago have been indoctrinated for hundreds of years under white supremacy, which is lies.
Our community is made up of the descendants of the original inhabitants of the Spanish encomiendas and then to the missions.
Why won't he speak to me? Why won't he speak to the man with the answers? Why won't he speak to? I do have the answers. You won't be quiet and listen. All right, we gonna wrap it up. They ain't listening. All right, hey, listen. Give me first and second admonition reject. Give me that.
We're here with the Booster Club. We thank you. We got Captain
Soraya
and
Officer Yigiel
and
Officer Nathaniel.
For precept must be upon precept.
That's why we destroy you people with your doctrines, because we know the right precepts. We turned into newborn babes and we learned the precepts.
A special people unto himself. What?
Above
all people.
all people.
They're upon the face of the earth.
That's why they hate you so much. Ain't no such thing as equality with God. He has a chosen people that he's putting through the fire right now. They're going through punishment right now. Right. But on the end of this, you get the promises of the rule of the earth. As long as you keep God's law.
The purple is a problem. We're taking over. We're doing what the Lord says. We're going out and finding the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
Yeah, that's why I say y'all don't even realize that you got family all over this earth. We are blood.
Do what you gotta do, you know, but show your people who they really are. Preach this gospel, man, like never before, man. You know, give your life for it. This is your people, and we all over the world.
It was beautiful when we got here. It was worth it. I felt the love, the children, the brothers, the sisters. I feel the energy. I feel the love, and this is the spirit that we want to see everywhere we go. Don't let nobody shake you, take you, or break you. Be what the Lord wants to make you. The 12 tribes of Israel. Most High in Christ blessing. Shalom.
All praise to the Most High, man. Grand opening finally has arrived to the head tribe of the Northern Kingdom, tribe of Ephraim. Our school will be opening in Corazon, Puerto Rico. And all praise to the Most High for the grand opening. We got Deacon Yahshua in the building, Captain Zeph, Captain Abiel, and many more that are here to continue to support with the grand opening of IUIC Puerto Rico. We give all honor and praises to the Most High God. He is our foundation. Christ is our King, and that's the reason why we are blessed today, is because we're keeping the commandments. So now we have opened a spiritual hospital for our people that need it out here in Puerto Rico. Has been fed too many lies with Catholicism, Christianity, and what have you, all manner of religions. So all praise be to the Most High God.
The Lord saw fit for us to be able to open this school here for y'all in Puerto Rico. Now y'all have to maintain that blessing.
Let his mind be in you, which was also in Christ Jesus.
Let that mind be in you, which was also in Christ Jesus. Esteem each other better than your own self, and make sure.
Back from the break. Let you guys stay tuned. You guys get yourselves together, use the bathroom, got your snacks. All right, sit tight. Here we go. Read the text. We got a text.
Yes. Says, Shalom, Deacon and leadership. All praise to your diligence and righteous efforts in revealing our truth, my truth. Considering the term the Queen's English, which is a direct reference to King James in the dialect verbiage of English spoken in his court/era. Where can it be proven that we are the architects of the English language?
That's later on. I'll go into that later on. But we are behind the language.
Man, I felt real scholarly just reading that, man.
We're going to that later on. I'm not there yet. What else we got? Something else?
Somebody else.
Let's go.
Says, Shalom. My great-grandmother told us we did not come here on a slave boat.
Oh, gosh.
She is a Blackfoot. Family
okay,
last...
that's why. I got you. Okay.
Family last name was... Family last name means raven blackbird. Research name first found in Saxony is... And it is Gaelic. Traced to British Isles to a group of Galatians. That is what I found you... What? Well, that's what I found. You just put a pin in it.
Oh, okay. You can confirm his thoughts, is what you're saying.
I think I proofread this. Now I understand. Oh, now I overstand. my apologies.
Just came out of jail.
Yeah. I overstand, brother. What was found? That my mother's side, sorry, Northern Kingdom, I am Judah. LOL, all praises.
That's funny.
We don't want you anyways. Thank you.
Damn.
Welcome, brother.
Kim's offended now.
Yeah, welcome, bro.
Welcome, bro.
Where we at? Got more?
Yeah, we got more.
Come on. Let's fly these joints. Come on.
All right. Shalom, Deacon. I have recently seen a video of IUIC diaspora concerning the Philippines.
Okay.
They were talking about the city Manila.
Yes.
And I was wondering if you knew what tribe that the Filipinos would be. That was your video, wasn't it?
Yeah. Not yet.
No, we don't know yet. Not yet. We don't know yet, as of yet. We know, obviously, Israel's there. They were heavily involved in the trading. But it varies because they conquered both kingdoms. We're not sure which tribe, as of yet. Right now, we just call them remnants for now. What else you got? Isles of the Sea, Isaiah 11 for now. Where we at?
Doesn't have...
Doesn't, okay, go ahead.
I don't know. Zoom back in. Have anything to do with the history you guys are bringing out. Couple of guys was telling me that the new moon starts today. When I checked, the moon was waning, and that's past to brighten point of the moon.
Okay, let's go on. Next. Next.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on.
What happened to your scholarly reading?
He messed me all up with that one.
I don't know what's going on. He messed me up too. I don't understand what he's talking about.
Doesn't, it isn't.
I don't know what's going on with that one. But all right, thank you, appreciate you. Paige, I said ask some questions based on the class. The new moon is a full moon, not a waning moon. I don't know what waning means. Waning is
It's getting darker.
It's getting darker.
Yeah.
We do it the full. Page 11, and this book is entitled "Our Descent from Israel, Proved by Cumulative Evidence" by Hugh B. Calhoun. Yes.
Yeah, this book is a problem.
Yeah.
Book is a major, major problem. All right. So page 11. Let's just jump through it. The Saxons. Read that.
The Saxons
Section 4. Go ahead.
The Saxons are found where Israel was lost.
Now remember, this book is based upon British Israelism as well. But we already showed y'all that based upon Josephus, Herodotus, and many other scholars I'm going to touch on, that this book touches on, is way before British Israelism. That's why these people, these Edomites say, oh, we're the Israelites. This is because there's scholars that show why. See that?
I say then, have God cast away his people? God forbid. For I also am an Israelite, of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin. God have not cast away his people, which he foreknew. St. Paul in Romans chapter 11, verses 1 and 2. The 10 tribes became known to the ancient Greeks, Persians, and Romans as Sakai and Sakei. For a time, they clustered around the shores of the Black Sea. Scythians and Sakai became interchangeable terms, being given to the same people.
Okay, so the 10 tribes became known as the ancient Greeks, Persians, and Romans as Sakai and Sakei. Remember, the Greeks and Romans changed things around. Sakai or Sakei. For a time, they clustered around the shores of the Black Sea or Caspian Sea. That's Russia. Scythians and Sakai became interchangeable terms, being given to the same people. Read on.
Herodotus, Diodorus, Pliny, and Ptolemy.
These are all before British Israelism.
State that these Scythians and Sakai inhabiting the regions of the Black Sea are the same as those who came from Media across the Euphrates.
That's Northern Kingdom. Scythians and Sakai. Read on.
Diodorus says the Sakai sprang from a people in Media who obtained a vast and glorious empire.
Come on.
Pliny says the Sakai were among the most distinguished people of Scythia, who settled in Armenia and were called Sakasani.
Yep, so that goes back to Saxon. Sakasani. So, remember, that goes back to us being noble. This is the most among the most distinguished people. Read on.
He further states the Sakai were a Scythian race and came from Media.
Right, during a Northern Kingdom exile. Read on.
Our Great Heritage, Gerald, page 45.
One.
Albinus says the Saxons were descended from the ancient Sakai of Asia, and in the process of time, they came to be called Saxons.
Saxons. Come on.
Ptolemy mentions a Scythian people.
Now, Ptolemy is the 2nd century geographer, Greco-Roman geographer. Go ahead.
Ptolemy mentions a Scythian people sprung from the Sakai by the name of Saxons.
Saxons. So the Scythians and Saxons, Scythians, same. House of Isaac, same. Go ahead.
British history traced from Egypt and Palestine. Roberts, page 105, quoting Sharon Turner.
Page number 8, watch.
The self-liberated 10 tribes.
10 tribes. The Getae, the Scythians, Saxons, Sakasani. Go ahead.
After leaving Media, became subsequently known as the Scythians, either from occupying a region so called or else to signify that they were wanderers, which is the import of the name.
The Scythian means wanderer. Now, go over to next page I have. 12. Let's go.
Of the various Scythian nations which have been recorded, the Sakai or Sakai are the people from whom the descent of the Saxons may be inferred, with the least violation of probability. Sakai Suna, or the sons of the Sakai, abbreviated into Saxon, which is the same word as Saxon, seems a reasonable etymology of the word Saxon. The Sakai, who in Latin are called Sakai, were an important branch of the Scythian nation.
A branch, because there were different nations. Go ahead.
He also states that the Sakai came from Media, arriving in Britain via Norway, Denmark, Germany, etc.
See where they went? They went to Britain, they went to Norway, they went to Denmark, they went to Germany. That's the chapter got pushed out. We went in there. Go ahead.
It came from Media too.
It came
That's
from
when
Media.
the Assyrians took us over there.
Right. They came from Media, right? During
Cities of
the
the
Syrian
Medes.
exile. Yep. Go ahead.
The Scythians subdued many nations in the regions around the Caucasus and spread into Europe from the Don to the Danube, taking a westerly direction.
We conquered them, took a westerly direction. Go ahead.
Just the ones that's lined, right,
Mhm.
sir? It is generally admitted that some of the people who had settled in Ireland came at an early period into Scotland and were known as the Scotti.
Go ahead.
A name probably derived from Scythian.
Told you. Go ahead.
Aeschylus, the celebrated Grecian poet, specially mentions that the Scythians were noted for good laws and were preeminently a righteous people.
You keep reading it. It's the same as Israelites.
Noble.
Go ahead.
Sharon Turner says the Anglo-Saxons, Lowland Scotch.
Whoa. Lowland, the Highlands and Lowlands Scotch. Go ahead.
Normans and Danes.
You want to keep the Danes in mind too. Danes, go ahead.
Have all sprung from that great fountain of the human race, which we have distinguished by the terms Scythians and Gothic.
Remember Goths, Geta, Scythian, Thracian. Go ahead.
The first appearance of the Scythian tribes in Europe may be placed in the 7th century before the Christian era. The Scythians, formerly inconsiderable and few, possessed a narrow region on the Araxes.
We started off small. Go ahead.
But by degrees, they extended their boundaries on all sides.
We grew, as we always do. Go ahead.
Till at last, they raised their nation to great empire and glory. Theodorus. The migrating Scythians crossed the Araxes, passed out of Asia, and suddenly appeared in Europe in the 6th century BC.
Right after Assyria. Go ahead.
Dr. George Moore says, the name of Goth, as already surmised, was probably transferred from Palestine to the neighborhood of the Caspian Sea, where the Getae and the Sakae.
The Geta and the Sakae. Go ahead.
The Goths and the Saxons are historically
found
placed
together. Found together. Because it's the same people. The Getae and Sakae. Same people. Go ahead.
Again, Dr. Moore says the Sakae and Getae who formerly invaded India sprang from the same source as the Saxons and Goths of the West and were directly connected with the Israelites or with the people who employed their language.
The same people, the Israelites. Go ahead.
Du Chaillu, in his work, The Viking Age.
The Viking Age. Shouts to Manny. Go ahead.
Declares a careful
perusal
of the sagas will enable us, with the help of the ancient Greek and Latin writers, and without any serious break in the chain of events, to make out a fairly continuous history which throws considerable light on the progenitors of the English-speaking peoples, their migrations northward from their old home on the shores of the Black Sea, their religion, and their settlement of Scandinavia and of England.
Go down.
There is no higher authority in these matters than Sir Henry Rawlinson, the father of Assyriology, who propounds that the Sakae, who were termed Gemiri by their Semitic neighbors.
Gemiri goes back to Kimbri. That same word, Kimbri. Gimbri, go ahead.
First appear in the cuneiform inscriptions as a substantive people under Esarhaddon about 684 BC.
Assyria, go ahead.
That they consisted of two divisions. The eastern named Humurga and the Tigrakuta, or archers, who were
conterminous
with the Assyrians.
Go down to here. Note that what?
Note that Gimri or Kimiri was but another name for the Sakae. Thus, the Kimri, the ancient Britons or Welsh.
The ancient Britons or Welsh, Wales, go ahead.
And the Saxons are really one race.
One race. Now, what page is that? That's a lie. I want to read all of that, but okay. Hold on.
That book is full. I mean,
yeah, it's too much, man.
Really
Go to page 26. We'll be here all night.
It doesn't Kimri and all that come from Omri?
Yeah, it goes back to Ahab's family.
Yeah.
Omri.
Hey, that word, I know that word is not an ordinary Negro word, coterminous. That means that we were contained within the same limits.
Oh, we
so
share the
we
same
border.
area.
We share. We share the same area. So that's what that word.
Okay, coterminous. Cool. Page 26. Same book. Page 26. We're gonna stop at 27.
You got text too, Deacon, when you're ready.
All right, page 26. We're gonna read what's marked. 10, 11, 12.
Ptolemy says of the British Isles.
Of the British Isles, go ahead.
They were peopled by the descendants of the Hebrews.
So here you go again. It says they were peopled by descendants of the Hebrews. Read on.
Who were skilled in smelting operations and excelled in working metal.
We were always smiths, always good metalworks. Go ahead.
The Romans called these islands Anglesia.
Anglesia. Anglesia. Read on. Jump to the next one. 12.
In Cornwall, the people were friendly to strangers. They worked the tin mines there.
That's the land of Britain, means the land of tin. Go ahead.
And conveyed tin in great quantities in their wagons to an island called Ichthys, which could be reached at low tide. There it was purchased by merchants who transported it to Gaul.
Go ahead.
Across which country it was carried by horses to the Mediterranean coast.
Come on.
The enamels of the ancient Britons in England.
Ancient Britons in England, go ahead.
Ireland and Scotland are the finest ever manufactured by any craftsman in the world.
You're the best smiths in the world over there. Go ahead.
It is evident that there were highly skilled artisans and decorative artists in Britain prior to the Roman occupation.
Prior to Roman's conquest of Britain. Go ahead.
Metalworking had reached a high state of excellence. It is a mistake to imagine that the ancient Britons were merely half savage and treacherous people, running wild in the woods until Roman civilization was introduced.
Because Rome said that Rome claimed that the same thing to do with the Native Americans over here.
Right.
Oh,
Here
you
we
guys
go
are
with this.
savages. They were throwing spears. That's all a lie. We were very civilized, very, very, very powerful, structured, and an empire. Rome came and spread lies that we were savage and vicious and angry and all that stuff so they can conquer us and destroy us.
Right. Remember the last book we read? It said we brought civilization to Greece.
Right. Read on.
Remember, the Romans were wearing skirts until they came across us. Then they started wearing pants.
Yep. Read on, Strabo.
Strabo says of the ancient Breton.
Watch this.
He came, not clad in skins like a Scythian, but with a bow in his hand, a quiver hanging on his shoulders, a plaid wrapped about his body, a gilded belt encircling his loins, and trousers.
Pants. Trousers. He had pants on. Go ahead.
Reaching from the waist down to the soles of his feet.
And we had pants all the way down to the ankle. We had pants on. Not shorts. We had pants all the way down. Go ahead.
He was easy in his address, agreeable in his conversation, active in his dispatch, and secret in his management of great affairs, quick in judgment and present accuracies, and ready to take his part in any sudden emergency, provident withal in guarding against futurity, diligent in the quest of wisdom, fond of friendship, trusting very little to fortune, yet having the entire confidence of others, he trusted with everything for his prudence.
Watch this here.
And trusted with everything for his prudence. He spoke Greek with a fluency.
That's what I said earlier, that they migrated into what? Into Asia Minor with the Greco-Israelites. They spoke Greek fluently. Go ahead.
That you would have thought he had been bred up in the Lyceum and conversed all his life with the Academy of Athens.
So the Scythians spoke fluent Greek. Read on.
The Roman poet Tibullus speaks of the Britons unconquered by the Roman power.
Come on.
And Horace admits the failure of Rome to subdue the stubborn islanders, and in one ode declares that the one thing wanting to complete the glory of Augustus and to make him a god on earth was the conquest of Britain.
Well, read on.
Again, Caesar tells us the Britons were more learned than the Gauls, and that the latter used a character for writing those affairs which had not reference to their religion. Similar to the Greek character, a strong proof that the Gauls and the Britons of Caesar's day were a literate and well-informed people, and not a set of ignorant and uninformed barbarians, as has been asserted.
That the Romans spread that lie, but we were all barbarians. You know what Esau does? He conquered people, put the front that they were savage and wicked and evil to justify manifest destiny. Same thing with the Romans. What we got for text? What we got for as a text now?
Yeah, you got two. It says, all praise to the Most High, to Deacon Ithon and Asaph for the Fire Friday Night Raw.
Oh, yeah. I was unhinged at that time. Okay, go ahead.
Showing what really happened on the Kenya mission.
Yeah, all praises.
And next it says, Shalom. So Edom effectively wrote Japheth out of history, proving that Edom have no culture or history themselves.
Exactly, yes.
And also, it was Northern Kingdom in the European countries first? Question.
Yeah, they came first. They arrived first, and Judah came after. Yes, we'll get to that. We'll get into that.
They were during the time of Judges.
Well, during the time of Judges, and also, I would say Solomon's fleet. So that was both. But really, the high influx came during the exile periods. Northern Kingdom first, then Judah afterwards, during the exile periods. Now, where we at? Page 27, right? You put 27? All right, let's go to the black man and his antecedents.
You got another one if you want it.
Yeah, let's get it.
Okay. Says, Shalom, leadership, Most High in Christ bless. Being that we were also the Nordic people, Danes.
Yeah.
Would that mean we invented the idolatry of that time?
Yep.
Also, the epic of Beowulf, the symbol of the Danes was a wolf.
Yeah.
Is it possible they were Benjamin?
I don't know. Maybe.
But Beowulf was Israel.
He was Israel. Yes. Yeah, he was Israel. Yes. We're gonna get to that. Just be patient. Y'all trying to jump ahead, man. Right. I'm not going ahead, man.
That's good though.
Ahead. That's good. That's good stuff though. You're gonna do it the Danes.
And your mind's going.
And it says, thank you for your efforts for the nation. Also, in the Middle Ages, was it us fighting Ishmael in the Crusades?
Yes, it was. It was. Now, let's go to page 33. No, I won't. Throw it up.
Hanno, the father of
start from Tertullian.
Tertullian.
You know, that nigga was up Tertullian.
Augustine.
And St. Augustine, that's the new nigga they love. Augustine, go ahead.
Top two niggas.
The top two niggas of apologists. The only niggas they care about in reference in the Christian Catholicism. Go ahead.
Were Ethiopians.
They were black. Tertullian and St. Augustine were black. Go ahead.
Terence, the most refined and accomplished scholar of his time, was of the same race.
Come on, watch this.
Hanno, the father of Hamilcar.
Hanno, the father of Hamilcar. Go ahead.
And grandfather of Hannibal was a Negro.
These are Carthaginians. That's where the bomb dropped.
Thank you.
Hanno, that's latent terrible.
That was
Hanno.
That was an ICBM. It had to come from another country. Yeah.
Hanno, the father of Hamilcar. Hanno, I think Hanno sailed to the British Isles.
Yes.
Hanno was
500 BC.
Yeah.
Another guy. What's the other guy's name?
The one that went down.
He went
West
downward.
Africa.
He went somewhere else. It was Hanno, and it was and Hamilcar, right?
Yeah, it's Hamilcar.
Another Hamilcar.
There was another one.
Another Hamilcar. Yeah, I forgot his name. Hanno and something else. Hanno sailed to the British Isles, and Hanno was the father of Hamilcar, and Hamilcar is the father of Hannibal's father. I'm sorry, Hamilcar was Hannibal's father. All right, and Hanno was his grandfather. So Hanno is short for Hannibal, and they were Negro. Watch this.
These are the antecedents of the enslaved blacks on this continent.
These are the ancestors of the enslaved blacks on this continent.
Damn.
Hannibal was our ancestor.
That's right.
That's this black author is telling you in the 1800s. This is a black author, by the way. Read on. Let's get some more. Let's hit this brother says.
From whence sprang the Anglo-Saxon?
From whence sprang, remember the context is Negro, enslaved blacks on the continent, Hanno, Hamilcar, and Hannibal were Negro. And Denzel Washington is playing Hannibal.
That's right.
In a movie being made in the works. So Esau knows. They can't deny it. It says, from whence sprang the Anglo-Saxon? Read on.
For mark you, it is he that denies the equality of the Negro.
He's talking about the white man. It is he, the white man, that denies the equality of the Negro. Go ahead.
When the Britons first became known to the Tyrian mariners.
That's Carthage. Go ahead.
Says Macaulay. They were little superior to the Sandwich Islanders.
Come on.
Hume says they were Hume says they were a rude and barbarous people, divided into numerous tribes, dressed in the skins of wild beasts. Druidism was their religion.
Because the Druids were the high priests and elders of the Saxons. I'll get to that. I'm going to tell you what tribe they were soon enough. Go ahead.
And they were very superstitious.
Based upon Roman ideology and opinion. Go ahead.
Such is the first account we have of the Britons.
Come on, of the Britons. Watch this.
When the Romans invaded that country,
Britain, go ahead.
They reduced the people to a state of vassalage.
Slavery, go ahead.
As degrading as that of slavery in the southern states.
Southern states. So they put the same Britons in the same slavery as they have or had us when this book was being put together. Go ahead.
Their king Caractacus.
Go ahead.
Was captured and sent a slave to Rome.
That's all I want. So I'm going to deal with him later on. Caractacus. So the Britons, he's saying the white guys treat us like, because he didn't know. He's saying, how could the white man treat us as slaves when they themselves were enslaved by the Romans? But the Anglo-Saxons, he doesn't know, unbeknownst to him, the Anglo-Saxons was us too. They're also the children of Hannibal's line. Same people. Y'all didn't know that, but we know that. So they were enslaved the exact same way and conquered by the exact same people.
So the navigator that explored West Africa was called Hanno.
Hanno.
That was a couple centuries before. It's a different Hanno.
Oh,
and
yeah, that's
Himilco went up to
Himilco.
Yeah.
That's the other one. Hanno and Himilco.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the older generation of Hannibal's family.
Yep.
Now go to African presence in early Europe. Let's go there.
Are the Jews' descendants those that were in Kenya stoning us? The Jewish descendants today, are they the ones in Kenya that were stoning us?
Yeah, they are. Yes, they are. No, you gonna spoil it, man. Stop. Go to African presence in early Europe. That's to be up here. I'm saying keep the secret. You're gonna pull it out of me. Come on. African presence in early Europe by Ivan van Sertima. Pretty good scholarly brother in some respects. African presence in early Europe. Very good book. Edited by Ivan van Sertima. Go down. This book was published around, I'm not sure how old. It's not that old.
Nah, it's not.
Give me page 14. Page 14.
A study of the Celts by Squire goes even further, describing these people as short, dark-skinned, dark-eyed, and dark-haired.
Wait. The Celts were what?
Were short, dark-skinned, dark-eyed, and dark-haired, and boldly stating that their language belonged to a class called Hamitic, and that they came originally from Africa.
Not Hamitic, but go ahead.
Pliny, who first saw the Britons and the...
Pliny, remember that guy before I mentioned earlier in the last book, he first saw the Britons. Now, Britons and Celts are synonymous. He first saw the Britons. Go ahead.
In the 2nd century A.D., described their complexions as Ethiopian.
Oh, so these Britons are black. The Britons were described as black during the 2nd century by Pliny. Go ahead.
Claudian, describing the victory of the Roman general Theodosius over the English, describes them as the nimble blackamoors.
The nimble blackamoors. He called the Britons blackamoors. The Britons were blackamoors. This is British people. Called blackamoors? Huh. Read on.
Of course, as Luke points out, the significant black presence is not highlighted to suggest all Britons in this period were black. Successive waves of migration produced a fairly heterogeneous population, but this type continued to exist in large enough concentrations to be noted.
Because Esau came later on. We were there first. Japheth was there in minority. We came there, became the majority. Then Edom came up in there. And they became Britons after they conquered us out of there. When we fell. That's the new Anglo-Saxons. We were the old Anglo-Saxons. Okay, read on.
Another little known migration of blacks.
Remember, Isaac had twin sons. He had Esau and Jacob. So they're sons of Isaac too. But they're the evil sons of Isaac though. We're the angelic sons of Isaac. They're the satanic sons of Isaac. Read on.
Another little known migration of blacks into Northern Europe is the Roman occupation of England under the emperor born in Romana, Africa.
Watch this.
Septimius Severus.
Septimius Severus conquered the area too. Go ahead.
Severus brought into England from Rome and from his home in North Africa large contingents of African soldiers around 200 AD.
He moved some of his soldiers into the land because there was already blacks living there. He said, you guys can live in with them. His family there. Go ahead.
The most fascinating chapter of the research deals with the pygmy African, the Twa. There are legends in Northern Europe of dark dwarves.
You had short black folks, go ahead.
With clicks in their speech pattern.
Like Osa, Osa, X-H-O-S-A. They speak with clicks. That's not new. That's old. Back then, that's us too. Called the Kosa. Go ahead.
You did that well, D.
That was real
Yo,
good.
I was
Kosa?
tripping.
That's how they speak. That's how they speak. The click in their tongue. Get out of here, man.
You should learn that.
D,
shit,
that was a
yo.
little wild. He was on point with that.
That's how they speak. With the clicks to the. Oh, get out of here, man. Get time for y'all, man. Go ahead.
Sound a little too similar to Manny.
Oh God. Oh.
You understood Deacon, Manny?
Oh man.
Translate.
Yo. Go ahead, man.
Yo.
Manny, one of them dark dwarves.
Oh man.
You got one next to you, officer.
Oh yeah.
Yo, what's going on? Hey, D, you want me to keep reading, D?
Yo. Y'all are terrible people, man. Let's talk Osa. That's how you say, because they speak with clicks. But anyway, we spoke like that over there. We don't.
As well as black giants.
Black. You had short Jake and you had huge giants, like big Jake. Go ahead.
A larger, taller type from Africa.
Right. Go ahead.
We learn of the African king, Gorman.
Gorman. Go ahead.
Who ruled over Ireland.
So you had an African king that ruled, or Jake king ruling over Ireland, or Gorman. Go ahead.
During the Anglo-Saxon period in England.
So Gorman was the black king of Ireland. Go ahead.
Thorhall, or keep reading.
Keep going. This is
about a century before Moors.
We getting there. Go ahead.
Invaded Spain.
This was essentially before the Moors invaded Spain. Go ahead.
In Scandinavia, blacks also play an important role in early history.
So this is before we conquered Spain. We already had Britain. We took Britain. Now, so Spain came 100 years later. Go ahead. I'm showing you how we took over the world. I'm showing you. Go ahead.
Thorhall
the hunter. Thorhall the hunter. Go ahead.
A Viking.
Go ahead.
Who was the mentor and closest companion of Eric the Red.
Go ahead.
Was described as black and like a giant.
Watch this.
There were other black Norsemen.
Go ahead.
Like Thorstein the Black.
Those of you who watch a show called Vinland Saga, there's a character called Thorfinn. And his uncle's name was Thorkel. And he was huge. Thorkel was like this big, hulking dude with yellow hair and white face. That was all Jake. That go back to King Arthur too. That's all King Arthur's family here.
And
That's all them.
Also, Eric the Red. That was Jake as well, but he was light.
Yeah. Okay.
He was light skinned.
It's like Big Red.
Right.
Also.
It's like Big
Yeah,
Red. Right.
Okay, light skin.
From
Got
Detroit.
You. Eric the Red. So there you go. So now, let's go to, what page is that? If I was just 14 alone? Damn, go to 15. Start from there it's marked.
Renoko Rashidi, in a book review of David McRitchie's.
Now, David McRitchie, I had to hold that book for the end, because we'll spend the whole lesson in that book by itself. This dude just exposes everything about us. Read on. David McRitchie, go ahead.
1884 publication. Ancient and Modern Britons.
I have that book. There's 2 volumes. I have volume 1's the best one, the best of all. Ancient and Modern Britons. Go ahead.
Presents us with a lucid overview of perhaps the most comprehensive survey of the numerous black presences in the region, encompassing England, Wales, Scotland, Ireland, and Denmark.
Right. So we had all of that. Numerous black presences in the region encompassing England, Wales, Scotland, Ireland, Denmark. Those are black dominions. Read on.
McRitchie supports his case with bold and compelling arguments, a case which cannot be ignored in our documentation of Britain's ethnic origins and evolution.
Let's go on. Next page. Go to, is there more? Go down to the bottom there. Read that.
Rosalind Johnson's essay highlights details of Leo Africanus's geographical history of Africa that strongly suggests it is a source of Shakespeare's vision of the African and of Othello.
Who was a black Moor ruler. Now, give me page, what page is it, 15? 19. Then 171 from there. 19, let me see. I don't underline anything? Damn. All right, let me see what I want from here. Go down. Try let me see. Go up. Let me see. Now it's time for. Go to page 171. I don't know what the hell that's for. 171. 171. Let me see it. Is that it? 171? Yes, sir. Go up. Make sure. Okay, go down. Right there. Read this essay.
This essay has attempted to transcend the obstacles inherent in discovering African history.
Quote unquote, discovering African history. Go ahead.
Napoleon's observation that history is a set of lies agreed upon.
History is a set of lies. Modern history is a set of lies agreed upon. By who? Those that rule. Because these books that we have, it's not for black. That's why I always say white eyes only. These books were meant for us to have or read. Now, some of them are black authored, yes. But these black authors came across this information based upon going to schools, universities, and reading them on their own. Written from white folks to white folks. We were not meant to know about us ruling England, Denmark, being the Britons. That's not something we're supposed to know at all. But now we're knowing, like I said before, I started the class off of being esoteric. Right. Read on.
Is particularly apt in relation to African history.
So when it comes to African history, history is a set of lies agreed upon. Now, page 199.
Next to Spain and Portugal, one of the most racially mixed European countries has been France.
Now remember, I showed you earlier how we already took over Britain and so forth 100 years before we took over Spain and Portugal. All right? Read that. Next to Spain, what?
Next to Spain and Portugal, one of the most racially mixed European countries has been France.
Come on.
In the 3rd century BC, Hannibal and his Africans reached as far in France as Tarascon.
So Hannibal, we reached France, South France. Okay, read on.
In the 8th century AD.
Then hundreds of years later, AD now, go ahead.
The Moors got through as far as Tours.
We got to France too, go ahead.
140 miles from Paris.
Come on.
Another invasion by the Moors followed in 1610, a peaceful one, when over 1 million of them who had been expelled from Spain settled in southern France at the invitation of Henry IV.
So King Henry IV, who was a black man, I'll get to that later on, he allowed us to move into France, the Moors. Go ahead.
The result is that the French in the region nearest Spain, especially the Auvergnats, are Negroid.
So that name, the Auvergnats, says the nearest Spain, the Auvergnats are Negro. Look up Auvergnats, please. That word means Auvergnats. Auvergnats are Negroid. The Auvergnats were Negroid. Continue reading while we look for that.
Are Negroid. Still, other Moors were brought into France.
Other Moors were brought into France. This is when we were ruling. Okay, read on.
And held as slaves.
No, I'm sorry. We fled into France from the Inquisition, and we ended up being conquered in France. It followed us. The curses followed us. We fled to France and got sold out of there eventually. Go ahead.
And held as slaves in the centuries of war between the Christian powers and the Barbary corsairs. Other blacks came in vast numbers to France.
The Christian powers is white folks and Barbary corsairs is the Arabs and Hamites. Go ahead.
Other blacks came in vast numbers to France with the slave trade that began in Portugal in 1442.
Nantes. It's called Nantes.
Nantes was the chief slave trading port in France.
Yep.
Corresponding to Liverpool in England.
Because when we lost power, we started being sold out of the lands we once ruled over during this time. We don't understand. Esau started taking back his power. Go ahead. State by state, country by country, land by land. Piece by piece. Go ahead.
African slaves were held in southwestern France. Later on, slave owners of the French West India colonies brought blacks in vast numbers that 1,500 abandoned mulatto foundlings became a grave problem in Paris.
Because when the blacks ruled over those black dominions, we took on white women.
Right.
We kept messing with the white woman. So those mulattoes were a result of black rulers and white women. And when we got conquered, our children got put in slavery. It is what it is.
And also, that goes back to, like I mentioned before, about Eric the Red. Mm-hmm. That was a cause. A lot of the times when you read, you had the blacks, dark skin, but then they would say red.
Yeah.
But that was a lot of the intermixing as well, tau.
Read that. Auvergnat is what?
Avernoch refers to both a language and a cultural identity. It specifically denotes a dialect of Occitan spoken in the Auvergne,
France. So, okay, so it's a French language. Got you. It's like a French dialect or area. Got you. They were Negro. So there's blacks in France. Read as early as 1670.
As early as 1670.
As Louis
the 14th.
Yeah.
Promulgated the first black code.
Wow, he pushed the first black code. We talk about black codes in America. He pushed it too. Go ahead.
Which introduced color distinctions and discriminations into Paris and elsewhere in France.
He basically pushed Willie Lynch. Color, divided by color, 1670. That's early.
They brought that to the islands.
They brought it to the islands, yeah, exactly. Yep.
To Bermuda and Barbados.
Yes. Now go down here. What page is this? Read on.
About the earliest arrivals of blacks.
Now I'm kind of jumping ahead because I had to read that just to set the tone that we were ruling on those areas, and eventually over time Esau conquered us and sold us out of those areas, or sold us within those areas. Read that here.
About the earliest arrivals of blacks in Britain.
Here we go.
There have been different claims. The writings of Tacitus mention the dark complexions of the Silures.
The black complexions of the Silures, that's Caraticus. That's us really that took over Britain. That's Israelites. The Silures. Go ahead.
Or black Celts.
The Silures were black Celts or Britons. Go ahead.
And the unusually curly hair.
They were black with unusually curly. He had like twists, curly hair. Go ahead.
And maintained that a black Aboriginal race lived side by side with
a white one
in the British Isles in pre-Roman times.
So Esau made their way there after we were there. That's where that intermingling took place. We started messing around with them women over there. We don't learn. We never learn. Freaking milk of magnesia, always. Read on.
Another claim comes from David McRitchie, who declared that the Moors dominated Scotland.
We dominated Scotland. The Moors dominated Scotland. Read on.
As late as the time of the Saxon kings.
Because the Saxon kings were black kings. Read on.
He goes on to state that as late as the 10th century.
As late as the 900s AD. Go ahead.
Three provinces.
Scotland, Britain, and England. And Scotland, Britain, and Ireland. Go ahead.
And Scotland
were what?
Were wholly black.
All black.
That's the three black divisions.
3 black divisions. Yep. Read on.
And the supreme ruler of these became, for a time, the paramount king
of the
Transmarine.
Scotland. Go ahead.
But McRitchie contends these blacks were bred out.
They were what?
Bred out.
How? Messing with Caucasians. They eventually took over and sold us out of there. We kept messing with them, mixing with them. They took over, they grew, and conquered us. Go ahead.
Until the black man finally disappeared.
By what?
By mating with
whites only. See what we did? We depleted ourselves by messing with the white people. Men and women. That's what we started doing. And lost it all, as usual. Now, what page is that? Go down to, I want this, let me see. Yeah, read that. About this time.
About this time, it became the vogue for titled and eminent persons to keep blackamoors as pets.
When you read the book by J.A. Rogers, it has pictures of white folks or children. It says so-and-so's favorite. They have Lucretia Borgia. She's a little black child. It says, that's my favorite. We had that as pets. We were like gifts. Give Revelation 11 real quick. Revelation 11, to prove that. They had us as gifts. Remember, they conquered us. Now we're the pets now. Now we're the commodity now. Because when we were ruling over the black divisions, white women were like a exotic commodity. Ooh, the white women. Ooh. Now we had black women that we bought also that were shapely, but the white woman cost more because she was exotic. And by doing that, we ended up destroying ourselves as usual. From Genesis to now. Go ahead.
Revelation chapter 11 and verse 10. And they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them.
Over us being conquered, go ahead.
And make merry.
Go ahead.
And shall send gifts one to another.
We were the gifts being sent one to another to other nations. That's it.
Because these two prophets tormented them.
Judah and Ephraim tormented these nations. Go ahead.
That dwelt on the earth.
That ruled, because we ruled during that time. We got a text? If it's long, I'm going to read on.
Let's see. That's short.
All right, let's go.
Shalom, leadership, Most High Christ bless. At this point, what history actually belongs to Esau?
Mostly nothing. Let's read on. Mostly nothing. Just them living in caves and eating lice out their hair, and needing a razor.
Read Job 30. Read Job 30.
Read Job 30. That's the history.
They're vagabonds for a reason.
Right. Read that. By the beginning.
By the beginning of the 18th century,
1700s.
Other blacks were entering Britain from the colonies in increasing numbers.
You were on the run. Go ahead.
The mass migration had begun.
Come on.
African slaves were becoming a familiar sight.
They were conquering us. Go ahead.
Especially around the cobblestone and muddy streets of Bristol, Liverpool, and London.
Lost power. Start getting conquered in our own lands. Now, what page is that? Go down. Is there more? Go next page.
When you read about the blessings Esau got from...
That was 201. That's all I want. What are you saying now?
When you read about the blessings Esau got from Isaac, that's his history.
Yeah.
Conquering, stealing, pillaging, that's what he does.
Yeah, that's it. That's his history. Lying and stealing.
Yep.
Our descent again, page 27. Our descent, page 27.
Get the fatness of the earth by conquering, killing,
Yep.
living by the sword.
That's his history. And lying and changing names around.
Yep.
Reading 14 again, D.
Page 27. We read that already, right?
Yes, sir.
Page 28. He further adds.
They had their national records, which were called runes.
Hold on, wait. So the they is going into the Britons, the Gauls and Britons. They had their records called what?
Which were called runes.
You have a thing called the runic language, like a runic. It's like writings, old Dark Ages writings called the runes. You have oftentimes see that in video games, like runes.
They
be
make
in video
them
games.
magical,
Like,
like
they
some
make
kind
it
of
magical,
spells or something,
like
yeah.
spells and stuff. But that was a language. Go ahead, read on.
Written in the runic character.
Come on.
And because they excited the jealousy of the Romish priests, they ordered the people to burn
them because they were our writings. The Romans didn't like that, so they burned them. But Esau didn't burn everything. Esau keeps things. Smithsonian, Vatican, he keeps these things. Read on.
The Voluspa and the Edda have been preserved.
See? I didn't read that yet. They preserved it. They keep these things. Read on.
In their system of jurisprudence and the administration of law by 12 judges.
Oh, they had 12 judges. Go ahead.
And their social order and the rights of property and the provision made for ministers of religion and the institutions of chivalry and the science of heraldry or symbols. Heraldry or symbols. And the association of Freemasonry.
He was involved in that too. Go ahead.
Linking the architecture of Solomon with modern times.
See what we're doing? We took from Solomon. Go ahead.
And architecture, carving, gilding, and the use of metals and needlework, poetry and music.
We trace where?
We trace our Israelitish origin.
They trace Israelitish origin. Jump down to the next one. Air photography.
Air photography?
No, I'm sorry. Alexander Del Mar.
Alexander Del Mar. And ancient Britain revisited after dealing...
The author is saying our. He thinks it's talking about him. No, it's about us, not you. It's about us. They think it's them, but it's not. Remember, Richie said that the older Britons is black. So they ain't referring to white folks. Go ahead.
After dealing exhaustively with the movements and achievements of the various sections of the Goths, culminating in the overthrow of Rome, comes to the following conclusion.
18.
Air photography has proved that Roman roads and cities, instead of originating with Rome, had only been superimposed upon earlier British roads.
Read it again.
Air photography has proved that Roman roads and cities.
Go ahead.
Instead of originating with Rome.
Watch.
Had only been superimposed upon earlier British roads. And our civilization is conclusively traceable to Israelitish origin.
That's white people history. White folks take the history of other people and they impose it on others. So the roads and architecture that you think Rome built, they did not build. We built it. The Britons built it. Rome went over there and said, oh, these are great roads. Let's name it, give it our own names and impose ourselves as if we did it. That's what Esau does.
Culture vultures.
Culture vultures. Cultural appropriation. That's what they do. Read on.
The common allegation that there was no higher civilization in Britain before the Roman occupation and that the Bretons were painted savages roaming wild in the woods is not supported by any evidence whatever.
Like they did with the Native Americans or people in Africa. Oh, they're savages. Oh, they're poor. Oh, they're beyond civilization. It's the same thing they did with the Bretons, the black Bretons. Read on.
And certainly not by Kaiser himself, nor by any other authoritative Roman historian. And his remarks upon the people of Britain, based upon his own observations during his few months campaign in Kent and South Herts, and on what he was told by interpreters, Kaiser describes the people generally as civilized.
So later on, Esau said, no, they're savage, this and that, whatever. He states they were
settled agriculturists, lived under kings of whom there were no less than 4 in Kent alone, that the Kentish men were civilized people, and their customs were much the same with those of the Gauls.
Because it's the same people under the different titles. Go ahead.
That is to say, a people highly civilized and richly and luxuriously clothed.
Richly and luxuriously dressed. Got the Native Americans on this side of the world. Go ahead.
He also says that Britain is well peopled and has plenty of buildings, much of the fashion of the Gauls. They have infinite store of cattle, make use of gold money and iron rings which pass by weight.
This is the direct opposite of America, where we were the original inhabitants, pretty much, came over here. We're here happy. Rome comes over there, conquers and enslaves them, kills them out of the land as if they were savage, and superimposes themselves in the land. Northern Kingdom went over to Britain. They did the same thing to us on this side of the world. We're reading the exact same thing about Britain, only happened in America too. Read on.
Basil Stewart in The Witness of the Great Pyramid, 2nd edition, page 95, quoting Professor L.A. Whittle's Phoenician origin of Bretons, Scots, and Anglo-Saxons.
I have that book right here too. I have that book also here. What page is this?
29.
29. Go to page 30. And read Mark 21. Read that.
Sir Edward Creasy, in his History of England, says, the British tin mines mainly supplied the glorious adornment of Solomon's temple.
Wow, go ahead.
And thence also came the chief material of the armor of the kings and chieftains of heroic Greece.
So it says that the silver, the tin that was found in Solomon's temple came from this area. Why? Because Solomon's fleet was over here in Britain. They were over there in Britain. They went over there, got the tin that was found in Solomon's temple or the ruins of it, and they found the same metals that's found over there in those isles. Because Solomon's fleet, I went over that weeks ago, we sailed there. That's how it was found there. All right? So now, about to wrap it up soon. Get me, what do I want?
Hey, and also the image of the black, the one with the Queen of Sheba on the front. I forgot what volume that is. But we can prove to you that Esau was the actual savages. In the image of the black, they were called the wild men or the wildlings.
Yep.
And it shows that they were the ones that were conquering us during the Dark Ages. They were the savages.
Yep. Go to Phoenician Origin, the book he mentioned, he referenced earlier, Phoenician Origin of Breton Scots. That's it right there. That's the wild men right. That's the tape machine there.
Yep.
That's us in the castles, fully dressed, king and queen sitting there. You got the archers defending, and you got the wild men, Edomites, pale, furry.
Right.
There's no razor involved.
They got claws.
And they got claws.
Claws.
These are the wildlings in Game of Thrones.
Yep.
And all the kings, all the castles, the Lannisters and all that, that was all Jake. It's all Jake based. Oh, look, all black faces there. Not a single white one in the castle. All black faces. I got books in that too. Us having us having castles, and them conquering us and taking it over. Now, give me page Phoenician origin of the Breton Scots. Phoenician. That's an old ancient tapestry, by the way. That's not something we made up by ourselves. Phoenician origin of Breton Scots and Anglo-Saxons discovered by Phoenician and Sumerian inscriptions in Britain by L. Waddell, page 147. I'm going to end it on this. Come on. Page 147. Load up. Start right there. And over a century.
And over a century before Pythias, the Phoenician admiral Himilco.
There we go. Himilco. Phoenician admiral Himilco. Go ahead.
From Carthage.
Hannibal's family members. Go ahead.
Voyaged about 500 BC.
Around Babylon time. Go ahead.
Round part of Britain.
To what?
To report on the 10 producing region there.
Right. To report that he found 10 in Britain. Go ahead.
He states that the Phoenicians of Gades and Carthage were in the habit of sailing the British seas.
Go ahead.
And refers to the hardy folk of Britain.
And they were referred to as the hardy folk. And these Carthaginians eventually became Britons. And they moved into that island, and we took it over.
Gades is in Spain.
Yeah, Gades is in Spain, right. Go to page 424. It's not much to read. We can go through these last 3 pages. Page 424. Read that. Now, they called the place Barats, Britain. The Phoenicians refer to the land as Barats. Okay, read that. Barats what?
Barats or Brits. Or Britons.
Watch.
And Carthage and Cilicia and Italy and Sardinia.
What were they called?
Chosen people of God.
See that? That's the Britons. Chosen people of God. Phoenix, Street Clan, Breton. Same people. Go to page 448. Read that there.
10. And AB, Amorite, Moor, or Muru trade in Belfire rights and 10 mines in Cornwall.
Cornwall. So we had 10 mines in Cornwall. Go ahead.
Cassisterides and Cornwall and Phoenicians.
Go ahead.
Coins of Cornwall of Phoenician type.
So the coins found in Cornwall were of Phoenician type because we were the Phoenicians. Go ahead.
Midland surface and AB, mines of Phoenicians.
There are mines of Phoenicians found throughout Britain. Go ahead.
And Sumer, Sanskrit, and Greek.
Go ahead.
Phoenician monopoly, Phoenician Temport in Cornwall. Sargon I. See Sargon tombs, chariots interred.
That goes back to Assyria. So again, we took over Britain. We had a monopoly. We had ports, all of that. And we kept it hidden. And the Greeks eventually discovered it. We kept that seaport and all that tin monopoly hidden for centuries until the Greeks and white men took over and so forth. That 448? Yes, sir. All right. So we're going to stop there. We're going to stop right there. We're going to go some more. So hope you guys enjoyed it. We're going to get some more stuff for y'all. We got more stuff for y'all, so just stay tuned. Lord's Will next week. We got some more. We're going to jump into... How Edom gain power. That's next. Lord's Will next week, we're going to go into how Edom gained this power, because you asked questions about how Esau's history is. I'm going to show you what his history is. His history is nothing. It's lies. It's lies and lies and somebody taking somebody else's history and making it his own. That's what his history is. Superimposing himself on history that's not his own. That's all it is. In Genesis 27. We're going to go over that next week, Lord's Will. So hope you guys enjoyed the lesson. All praise to the Most High. All right. So that's them. Shout out to the IT team. Shout out to the breakfast team as well. Shout out to the guests. Don't forget to donate, y'all, to the Booster Club. You know what it is. You know what we do. You see what we do. You see the works. This is an international mission, and international missions it's not free. Right. So shout out to y'all who have been supportive, contributing, donating. Keep doing it. Even if you can't join us, at least help support the truth. Support the troops who are going out there and traveling and finding our people out there and teaching the word of God. Because if we're not for y'all, it would not be possible. So thank you for your donations. We thank you for your contributions and your donations. So with that, pass it on to Upper Abaddon.
Hey, let's give it up for the Deacon. That was a fire class. Fire. All praise. Y'all asked for it. We're going back into the dark ages, all right? So, Israel, make sure you subscribe to Our Hidden History Radio on YouTube, all right? You don't want to miss these classes. I know a lot of people are asking questions throughout the week. Just watch the class, and all your answers will be answered. Questions will be answered, sorry. All right. Also, subscribe to our Philly channels, IUIC Philadelphia and IUIC Philadelphia in the Classroom, to get the latest content from the Deacon, Captain, and officers of IUIC Philly. You can donate to Our Hidden History on PayPal to iuic.philadelphia@israelunite.org. In the comment section, put OHH. Donate to the Booster Club, like the Deacon was saying. We're going to travel throughout the whole world as long as we can to preach this gospel to all the people that scattered, all right? So make sure you send your donations on PayPal to IUIC.fundraising@israelunite.org. Last but not least, subscribe to IUIC TV to get exclusive content from the leadership of IUIC. Next. All right, missing persons for this week is Amarilis Rosado. I said it right?
Rosado.
Amarilis.
Rosado. Okay. 15 years old, Hispanic, hair color black, eye color brown, 5'2", about 195 pounds. She was last seen on April 10th. She may be in the area of the 800 block of Willard Street. No clothing description given. So if you do see her or know of her whereabouts, let the local authorities know. Next. Land fund. We're going to get that land, Israel. So make sure you are a part of that great work. All right, so you can send your donations now on PayPal. We got the Land Blitz next week. All right, so make sure everybody tunes in. Send your donations in on PayPal to Israel@israelunite.org. In the comment section, put land. Next. And last but not least, Shalom, we're seeking your assistance to enhance our national broadcast. Kindly spare a minute to provide feedback by answering 5 brief questions. So pull out your phone, hit that QR code, and let us know what you think. I know, once again, we have a lot of questions. We saw some things we did not.
Yo, come on, man. Let's go.
Yeah, let's just move forward. Some of y'all is pervs, man. Y'all be coming on the Zoom with weird stuff, and I gotta sit up there, and my eyes are destroyed and defiled from your debauchery, man. It's crazy.
Wow. AI is the devil.
Y'all are weird, man. But go ahead, let's just continue.
Yeah, that's it, Deacon.
All right, so all praise to the Most High. I hope you guys enjoyed the lesson as much as I did going through it. Yeah, so also next week we're going to jump into how Esau started to gain his dominion. And remember we showed you earlier how Japheth was in there earlier got forced out, then Israel moved in, became the majority, and then Esau moved in. We start intermingling with them. So we're going to go into how Esau gained his dominion or excelled in power and when and why, all right? So all praise to the Most High. Hope you guys enjoyed the lesson. Shalom, Most High, Christ bless. Until next week. Well, no, not next week.
Next week, yeah, the Land Blitz is next week.
Yeah. So see y'all on 2. We got the Land Blitz next week. So hope y'all there donating and supporting. Next week's the Land Blitz, so I won't be here. So in 2 weeks, I'll see y'all in 2 weeks. So as well. All right. So shalom, Israel, Most High, Christ bless. Until see you again. Shalom, Most High, Christ bless.
Shalom, Most High, Christ bless.